看影片之前别忘记了订阅、点赞，然后打开小铃铛哦。
And Sarah next to me. Hello, hello. How are we both? Are we well?
Oh, fantastic.
Good. Love that. Right, Chris, I'm going to come to you first. So, Diablo IV, Season of Blood, was all over Opening Night Live last night. But I want you to wrap up some of the key announcements that fans should be super stoked about, just in case they missed it.
Sure. So the Season of Blood will launch on October 17th. We're really excited. The reason why we named it the Season of Blood is we're actually going to be bringing vampires into the world of Sanctuary.
Well, yeah, makes sense. It's not like you're turning the whole place into a bright red swimming pool. There are other reasons, yeah.
Precisely. So what's really exciting about that is we're going to have a new quest line. There's going to be a new villain, a vampire villain who's basically bringing his minions into Sanctuary. And you as the player need to obviously thwart this threat. And in doing so, you'll partner with a vampire hunter, voiced by Gemma Chan.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to have her join the cast, the talented cast of voiceover actors on the game. In addition, you'll have access to new vampiric powers. So that's really going to change up the gameplay for our players.
Yeah, big time.
Really excited about that. New legendary weapons and items that you can collect.
Yeah,
new
the hunt
uniques.
begins all over again to find them, huh?
Precisely. So super excited. October 17th will be a big day.
Brilliant. It's going to be so good. And Rod, I hear that on top of everything else you've got going on this week, that there's something that you brought specifically to the show here, and that's a trivia question that you want to pose to Twitch chat, which, by the way, Rod does have his eyes on chat. I think he's very distracted. So if anyone wants to pass a message on while you're doing this,
I know, it's
then
very
go
distracting to watch the chat go by as we're talking. I do have a question, and he almost ruined it. So I was watching.
I made a point not to. I didn't know.
The question is, we announced last night that Gemma Chan is a character in the Season of Blood. What is the name of that character, the vampire hunter who is going to guide you through your journey of the Season of Blood?
We did get close to that then, huh?
We did.
Yeah, well, maybe people weren't listening. Maybe it's time to figure it out. There you go. Well, the people, someone who's going to get that right in chat is actually going to be winning an Xbox Series X Diablo 4 console.
Awesome.
So don't mess about with your answers. If you want to win it, put the right one in chat for me, please. But Chris, we're going to go back to you now again. With Season of the Malignant in full swing and thoroughly on quick resume on my console as well. I want to know, with the approach of Season of Blood coming up, what have you learned so far from the reactions of this first season?
So player feedback has been very important to the team. So throughout development, and obviously as we kind of gotten through launch, we've been very keen on understanding what are the emergent themes, what are the things that the pain points that players are experiencing, and how do we fold those fixes into our future seasons. And so for Season 2, there are a number of quality of life improvements that we'll be adding, in addition to all the really cool content. So a few examples, inventory space with gems in particular has been...
Because I do find myself going back quite often going, I like these, and do something with them, but you just need to get out from them.
Exactly.
I like picking up everything. Even when I get to high level, I'm not just picking up the yellow stuff or the red. I'm getting everything. So that's a good one to know.
Yeah, so we'll be making some changes there to make that easier for players to manage. Similarly, there's some improvements around our resistances system, how we manage resistances and vulnerable for players. So just always trying to look to improve, take stock of the things that are pain points and how do we make that better for the future.
I think the Renown system is something that's a real great example of that as we go through the different seasons. So at launch, the Renown system, which was go do all these different things in the world. Well, when at launch, we intended for you to do everything every season.
Yeah.
And we heard lots of feedback in the preseason, we don't want to find the altars of Lilith. Oh, we don't want to clear the map again. So for Season 1, we made a fix, and now you took that with you. Now during Season 1, we're hearing we don't, if we completed it, just mark it completed and let us move on.
If I've got the shrines, let me keep the shrines,
exactly.
please.
And the side quests, and so that's what we're doing for Season 2, is that all that renown is coming forward. So whether you did it on the internal realm, did it on the seasonal realm, it'll be done in Season 2.
So the completionists are thrilled.
Yeah, so they'll start Season 2 with all those Paragon points, all those ovals. It'll be so much better.
Oh, amazing. That sounds fantastic. In fact, I want to come back to you, Rod, on this bit as well as improving those bits and pieces throughout the seasons, as you've mentioned. You're also, and have announced that you're working on the end game experience in Diablo 4. So I'm wondering if you can tell me a little bit more about that. I'll be totally transparent. I'm not there yet myself because I'm still doing all the bits on the side. I get very, very interested. So what is the end game experience and how's it improving?
Well, the end game experience is that part we talk about generally from level 50 to level 100. So usually when you play the campaign, you finish about the mid-40s to early 50s. And so one of the things we want to do is, as we've been looking at the different seasons, each season we want to keep enhancing that end game, give people more things to do. And we're doing that for Season 2. We're introducing these 5 additional end game bosses that along the way that you have these milestones that the start at level 55, and as you go up, you have this new boss to go after to test your build and challenge. But what's really cool about them is that they actually will drop uniques and are uber uniques, which have a very low drop rate. These have a much higher drop rate of those, things those unique things that could really make your build shine. And so that's going to be really exciting to be able to go and farm those uniques from those bosses. And it even leads into Season 3. We're not really even talking that much about Season 3.
Oh, darn it, I'll just go then.
But no, we've already talked about leaderboards, and that's something that we're really excited about for Season 3. So again, every season we want to be like, okay, how can we continue to make the game better for players? And Endgame is one of those things.
Yeah, and then vampires.
Yes.
Point number 2 on the list, vampires.
And vampires, yes. So, I mean, it's all about the blood.
Exactly, it's Season of Blood. There you go. So the last thing I want to ask is, if anyone in chat or anyone anywhere has been in any major city in the last 6 months, you will have absolutely seen some of the Diablo 4 mega marketing that's been going on. You've also had collabs with Halsey, Megan Fox. If you're in Berlin, there was a Lilith statue. In London, we had a chocolate shop. So I'd love to hear from you both what it's been like to see and feel Diablo 4 turn into this cultural phenomenon and this iconic game that it is.
Yeah, it was really important for us as we think about the marketing for Diablo. One is we wanted a game for all players. We didn't want it just to be about, oh, this is for the ultra core. We wanted to make sure that anybody could play Diablo 4. And as part of that, we wanted to raise it out of the industry genre sort of marketing and get into sort of that sort of pop culture entertainment. And so that was a big thing for us. And with 12 million players and 1.3 billion hours played,
those are some good numbers.
Yeah,
I like that.
So it was pretty awesome. And to see even Whoopi Goldberg, mad at me because it didn't support it on the Mac. It was very surreal moments.
What happens when Whoopi Goldberg gets involved and is unhappy?
I don't know, but she apparently was not happy with us.
You didn't have a crisis com plan for that one?
No, I mean, we sort of reached out to say, we can help you with this, but anyway. So it's those sorts of things where you just go, this is crazy, the level. And, when we saw that Halsey and Suga collab, and there's a chance they could be nominated for a Grammy. That's crazy, right? To be part of video game marketing. But that was really what we think about Diablo is it's been around for 26 years, and we really think of it more as an entertainment, it's part of entertainment industry and not just the game industry. And it was really nice to be able to elevate it while we were launching.
Oh, amazing. And especially welcoming everyone to hell was inspired, I must say.
I know, though I'm Canadian, I had nothing to do with the Canadian wildfires that sort of gave us the smoke in New York. It was a horrible reason to have a viral moment, but it was if it was going to go wrong, it went wrong at the right time.
There you go. Well, wonderful. I want to thank you both so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm afraid we can't talk any longer, though, because it's now time to celebrate.
I'm like